God here, back with another video, and today we're going to be doing with Naruto as a Prodigy Part 3. I know it's been a long way to return, sorry about that wait, but yeah, anyways, so before I get on the video, I got a few things I want to say. One is, I'm trying to change my name for you this time, just because my name doesn't really show up on the search engine for YouTube, and it'd be easier for people to find me without having to send links whenever, I just have to talk to them and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to try to change my name, so put some suggestions down in the comments. And maybe I'll just put a vote on it or something like that. And yeah, with that out of the way, let's get started. Alright guys, so we left off with basically Naruto finding Kankuro bullying Konohamaru and just kind of making Kankuro look like a fool. And basically how he does that is he seemingly teleports out of nowhere only to reappear right next to Kankuro and basically just body him. Anyways, all of Naruto's team would kind of be flabbergasted, even though they'd seen this technique performed multiple times, as this is Naruto's form of the Flying Raijin. Except for instead of utilizing the lightning element, he uses the wind element. So yeah, he worked on that for the last 2 months and he's been doing that. So basically Gaara confronts Naruto and they kind of have a little bit of stare off, with Naruto kind of fending off Gaara. They would then head to the training exams, and yeah, they would enter the exam room like usual, and Ino jumps on the ever-brooding Uchiha. Well, in his mind, he's secretly cursing the fact that Naruto didn't have all the fangirls, as they were a huge annoyance, especially Ino and Sakura. Then Kabuto would come over, and like a cannon, would tell them that they were making a scene, and he would then show them his cards showing off some of Gaara's powers and abilities, as well as Rock Lee and Ninja Hyuga's, as Naruto saw them as a potential threat, and he was then suddenly, the sound team charged forward against Kabuto. And even though Kabuto seemingly dodged his attack, his glasses broke and Kabuto fell on the ground, a heap in pain. After this, Inoichi would enter the room, and yeah, the exam would basically go pretty similar to canon, the only difference being that Naruto figures out the point of the exam and actually cheats off Hina's paper without her asking him to, and she doesn't even notice. So yeah, they would pass the second exam without a care in the world, the first exam without a care in the world. Anko would then charge in with a poster that said Anko Mizurashi, sexy and single proctor of the second exam. She would then say to meet her at the second exam, which will be located at Training Ground 44, also known as the Forest of Death, in 20 minutes. Otherwise, the teams that were late would be disqualified. Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura would arrive at the Forest of Death minutes later, because Sasuke and Naruto utilizing the Shunshin, otherwise known as the body flicker, to get to the Forest of Death in a matter of minutes. Once everyone that wasn't late was there, Anko explained the rules and that you needed to have both a Heaven and Earth scroll to pass the exam. With all that said and done, Team 7, doing with all the participants, would enter the Forest of Death, not knowing what awaits them. They would enter the Forest of Death, and Naruto, kind of using his brain, would just make a large number of shadow clones and tell them to go hunt people down for scrolls, whether they needed them or not. Team 7 would then make camp, and Naruto would say he's going to go use the bathroom, and he gets jumped by an Ame Shinobi, or a ranged shinobi, who Naruto already knew was there, and following them from the beginning. Naruto would proceed to body this Ame Shinobi, and take his Earth Scroll, which they needed to win this test. Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke would wait until morning to go to the tower and finish the exam. In the morning, pretty early, they would wake up and start rushing their way to the tower. That was only a few miles away. Little did they know that a snake was following them, in the most metaphorical and literal meaning. Orochimaru, in impressive burst of speed, would shoot past Team 7, stopping them from passing by the tower that is still 2 miles away. Naruto and Sasuke would start fighting Orochimaru, while Sakura would be giving Earth Style support ninjutsu, and with a little amount of jutsu that she knows, such as like Earth Style Earth Bullet or the Earth Style Golem, which takes a lot more chakra, but she can still perform it a few times. So yeah, after Orochimaru kind of gets bored of this, he decides to let some of his killer intent show through, effectively petrifying Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura. Orochimaru would then come over and bite Sasuke's neck, successfully planting the cursed seal of heaven and knocking Sasuke out. Naruto would then get enraged at seeing his best and only real friend get hurt by this snake bastard, in Naruto's eyes. Naruto would explode in anger, first unleashing one tail of the Kyuubi's chakra, then trying to fight Orochimaru in taijutsu bout, but he sees he is failing and this brings out even more power and his rage and anger. "Do you want to protect your friend?" Naruto hears these words in his mind as he says yes, and the Kyuubi floods Naruto's system with chakra, bringing up to 3 tails of chakra, bringing Orochimaru to a halt and turn back to disengage, seeing as he already had Sasuke in his trap. He doesn't really want to draw out more of the Kyuubi chakra, and because that could potentially get dangerous for his life and own safety. Sakura would then hug Naruto to get him to calm down, and yeah, that effectively calms Naruto down, but he immediately passes out due to the strain it takes to use that Kyuubi's chakra. So yeah, Sakura gets left to take care of her friends and teammates. Around 6 hours later, Naruto would begin to stir, and Sakura would kind of just sigh in relief, checking on Naruto, asking and making sure he's alright. And, just asking if he can guard so she can rest, as she's been up for around 18 hours fighting and is really tired. After about 20 minutes, Naruto kind of just was warming up, and he was trying to get rid of the stiffness in his body. After Naruto was warmed up, after about 30 more minutes, he senses his surroundings for enemy ninja, just hostile wildlife, just like things that he wouldn't really want near his camp and his friends. And after extending his senses around 400 meters out in every direction, which is his max sensory range, Naruto would sense Team Dosu coming in to try a sneak attack in the face. And so yeah, Naruto would seemingly teleport there to their location and instantly punching Dosu in the face and leaving a seal on him, teleporting away. Naruto would then continue to fight off Team Dosu and kind of just bodying them. Literally there's no contest. Naruto, while he was warming up, would have set up multiple traps and just kind of his flying wind god seals, and is basically just basically kind of teleporting everywhere at this point, kind of just taking him out as if they were nothing. Naruto would then just continue this type of battle and just kind of toying with them all until he kind of just gets serious and takes them all out, slitting their throats. I know Naruto, you guys wouldn't think really Naruto would do this, but Naruto kind of has a better understanding of life as well, and when he needs to do that, he knows when this certain place is too dangerous to leave alive, so he would have to take precautious measures. So yeah, Sasuke would then wake up with the cursed seal, and with Sakura and Naruto calming him down, would effectively get out of that, and then they would head towards the tower with Team Dosu's seal, a scroll, and their own. They would effectively make it there on the second day, and just kind of chill and hang out for the next 3 days, kind of just recuperating their chakra reserves and just making sure they were in tip-top condition for the next few rounds of fighting. And like I said, Team Dosu would be no more in this case, and so yeah, there would be an extra fighter, and since Kankuro didn't really have to fight in this one, he would end up fighting against Shino and would end up losing, and Shikamaru and Choji would end up fighting, which would end up with Shikamaru winning, barely pulling out a win, and then every other fight would be the same except for Sakura and Ino's, Naruto's and Kiba's, and Sasuke and the weird Oboro. So Sasuke would body his opponent with literally no difficulty, same with Naruto, as they feel like it wasn't even a challenge. And Sakura would have a hard time, but it would eventually end up taking out Ino just because she's got some low level Earth Jutsu and 1 B rank Earth Jutsu, but completely wipes out her chakra, which is Earth Style Earth Golems, which kind of just like sends like some earth golems at him. It's pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, with that being said, the finals of the training exams are announced, and Team 7 goes to find their own teachers, with Naruto trying to go to Kakashi, but he says he needs to train Sasuke, so Naruto ends up going with Jiraiya, and Sakura actually ends up training a little bit with Kurenai, because Ashino's going to be training with his clan. Hinata did not make it to the finals, and Kiba kind of lost a lot. So yeah, she'd be trained by Kurenai. And with that being said, guys, this is what Naruto was a Prodigy Part 3. Another banger for y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This will probably be dropping a little bit. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the next video. And yeah, I'm probably gonna put this in the comments, but let's go with 15 likes for the next part. And with that being said, guys, this was Anime God signing.